Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. This is Genshin Impact English lesson number 36. We're continuing Liyue Act 1, Part 4, and we just got out of Cloud Retainer's house, and oh dear, glad we left, and we're going back to the Wanshu Inn to meet up with the Conqueror of
Oh, this
Demons,
seems to be Wang Shu Inn.
Xiao.
Compared to Joyun Karst, this place seems basic. Are we really gonna find an Adeptus here? Let's take a look. Paimon reckons he'll be on the balcony. Doubt we're gonna find him in the kitchen.
Yeah, tons to explore in this inn, some things for your archive, in the kitchen below, grab some stuff for your food for cooking.
Oh, he's not here?
Ugh, what a gorgeous view. It still melts my heart seeing that.
To the blind, everything may not be as it appears. A sigil of permission? You came prepared. Though this only prevents me from hurting you myself, doesn't stop you from getting hurt in other ways.
Oof, ow, Xiao, you broke my heart.
Paimon doesn't get it.
Too much contact with our world is breaking the rules.
More on that later.
Mortal souls are not as robust as those of Adepti, nor can your blood carry this level of adeptal energy.
In this case, robust, adjective, it means a strong and healthy, really strong body. It could be used in many other cases, like this tea or coffee is very robust, meaning it's very bold tasting.
It's for your own good. Leave. Now.
Oh, don't do me like that, brother. We need you. Come on.
Wait a sec, we came here to... Ugh, Paimon's peeved. All he does is think about himself.
Peeved, ticked off, annoyed, or offended.
Paimon wants to give him an ugly nickname. But if you tick off an Adeptus, the only thing you'll probably ever find in treasure chests is cabbages. Blech.
That's just the sound effect that she's making. Blech, when something's
Guess
gross.
we should go ask the first lady of the inn about just how she manages to talk to Adepti.
Yep, and we're gonna talk to the inn lady who is downstairs. Very beautiful home, very well managed. Furthest than Cloud Retainers. Good things here, distinctive and elusive. She's complimenting our dress because elusive means adjective. Difficult to catch or achieve, meaning no one can really copy our outfit. Because we are not from Tevat. The typical is a great word here. A typical adjective, meaning in this case, we're not representative of a particular race, group, or class in Tevat.
Oh, you've already met Xiao. Not bad. Not often he's in a good enough mood to agree to see people.
That's his good mood?
Oh yes, the Adepti are very hard to come by. Many people go their whole lives praying to them, never once actually getting to see one. When the Geo Archon built Liyue, he borrowed power from the Adepti. But most of them only know how to protect Liyue by fighting. So for many millennia, it has instead been humans who have led Liyue.
Yeah, so here, whilst is both a conjunction and preposition. Because whilst is Old English means during the time that, or at the time as, and or indicating a contrast, such as saying whereas. Yeah, and in this sentence we got two contrasting ideas in the place of time, so yes, grammatically this is correct, and there's a comma right after it. This sentence would still make sense with whereas or while. We don't have to get into a whole speech with fluency, but as a communications major, in brief, the more fluent way is whilst. From what I've learned, I can't ignore the fact that many Americans are not fluent in English. And if you study in the States, you probably know what I mean.
You really know a lot, huh, boss lady?
It's not boss lady, it's just boss. Anyway, seeing as you have the favor of the Adepti, things should be a lot easier. Well, if you want to know my opinion, if you keep Xiao in a good mood, things should be okay.
Good mood? Can't really imagine what a good mood looks like for that vigilant yaksha.
Will be interesting, won't it? Come to think of it, I've never seen him smile either. How about this? You go see the chef for a bowl of almond tofu and a plate of whatever it is you're best at making. Almond tofu is one of the few human foods Xiao likes. The other dish is up to you.
Up to us, eh? What do you think you're the best at cooking? Really hard to screw that one up, right?
Yep, and we're gonna get cooking again. Yay! I always love cooking. In here and in real life. And we talk to this guy before we cook.
Can't you see I'm on a break, kid? Scram! Scram!
Whoa, this chef guy's service is about as good as that Wagner guy's back in Mondstadt.
I see. If it's for the boss, then guess I don't have a choice now, do I? But my heart's not really in it right now. Not enough to make a dessert as painstaking as almond tofu.
Painstaking, so annoying that it's painful.
And why is that?
A fencer's hand must be steady. So too must the hand of a chef. But my hands, they're not steady. Because, a traveler once told me that this inn is haunted. And then just now, in the kitchen, I saw something. Something not right.
This chef looks so intimidating, but speak of ghosts and he becomes weak.
I keep thinking, even Wangshu Inn isn't safe. I can't keep a steady hand for something like almond tofu.
All right, in the name of high-quality almond tofu, we need to go check this kitchen out.
Well, this tough guy is scared of ghosts. What a joke. Yep, and we're gonna make that almond tofu. Yep, that's a great book over there. I'm gonna get that. Yep, see? Tons of stuff to grab. Raid this food heaven.
Doesn't seem to be anything.
That was creepy. And we're gonna grab some more stuff. Yep, some apples, poinsettias, cabbage. Oh, and then one more. Oh yeah, definitely get carrots and apples again. Is there... I think that's everything. Yep, and then we follow the ghost girl. Oh no, we go back to him. Then we follow the ghost girl.
You saw it too. There really is a ghost. What? How could I?
Okay, he's useless now. What do we do? Forget it. Let's just go see the boss lady again.
Okay, to the boss lady. That's a really cute dog. And a very cute cat.
Scared of something so insignificant. Hard to believe he was once a notorious bandit.
You don't seem that afraid of ghosts, boss lady.
Gods and ghosts. I've seen it all before.
Come to think of it, others don't seem to know there's an Adeptus here at the inn except for the boss lady.
Shh! Say any more and you'll be divulging my little secret. Right. Best you two be off. Go see to it that that little ghost doesn't go scaring anybody else. Not that I'm ordering you around. It's like the Adeptus said. Mortal souls are not as robust as those of the Adepti. So as not to be harmed when dealing with the Adepti, you can start by practicing with that ghost.
But how should we persuade the ghost?
There is a calligraphy painting in the inn known as the Witness Sigil. It's been in circulation for over 1,000 years. Go take a look at it. Once you have, look for a place outside where you can see the exact same Witness Sigil formation.
Yes, we had to find a painting and then drop down from the hotel. And if you want to know where that painting is, it's around up over here. I know, lots of stairs. Right on the left there. That was me goofing around. Took me about 5 minutes to find it. And yep, we gotta go to that location. And we're gonna do a daredevil stunt and just jump. 3, 2, 1, and woo! Wow, fun it is! I sound so excited. I wish I made the gliding less boring. Even though I can make it look cool. Yeah, there we go. Plunge attack. Looks much better. Yep, face that direction, and then we have to play tag with this girl.
You!
Come on, little girl. Get over here. We need you. Those were soap flowers. Great for some characters. Traveler's too deficient. He gets easily distracted during his missions. And... No, hey, little girl, don't touch that. No, bad girl. Uh-oh. Where's your parents? What did you do? Not to deal with this. I'm gonna call on her parents. Yeah, these guards, early game, you want to do some overload, use Lisa. You got Yao Yao, that helps a lot because of Quicken.
Playtime's over.
And or if you have early Lunar Charge. And or Lunar Crystallize. This is important because that is the real-time damage you need to see when I am at this quest. Oh wow, she's creepy.
Finally caught you! Paimon's pooped.
Paimon's pooped. Paimon's tired. She's just taunting us.
Haunting things isn't nice. Little girl, are you listening? Chilly churl, frilly churl. Now listen here, young lady. Oh, okay.
That's right, rude Paimon solves things.
Next time, you can come play with Dusky Ming. If you don't come and play, Dusky Ming will come find you.
After all that freeze tag, I might as well get my achievements. Because if you got achievement, hey, check it out. Oh, 5 Prima Gems, very exciting. Oh my god. I'm not even ready for a pull yet. And then we're gonna go back to the tough guy because he couldn't keep up to play tag with the little ghost girl. How embarrassing. She beat you in Heartbeat.
What? You really got the ghost to promise to stop haunting the inn?
Absolutely.
Wow. You really
Yeah,
are
you're
something.
welcome.
I am in your debt.
Meaning
Please,
he'll pay us.
Wait a moment. I'll make you the smoothest, silkiest bowl of almond tofu. Haha! My hands are steadier than ever now that she's gone.
Now that we're done with that, he has his kitchen. He's in peace now. And then we talk with Xiao upstairs. Yep, great theme there. Because we never get enough exercise. Traveler is always running. Where are you, Xiao? There you are. Alright, you gonna talk to me, brother? You gonna help?
to. Again.
Wait, don't go disappearing again!
What's this?
It's your favorite, Walkthroughs, as well as this traveler's best dish, a satisfying salad.
Sorry, they were out of chicken nuggets, so we had to give you the vegetarian option.
Quick, tell him everything before he finishes eating.
Rex Lapis. How could this be? I can't imagine it. Though times have changed, I've never imagined a Liyue without him. The ruling Qixing. Just what role have they played in this? I will seek Mooncarver, Mountain Shaper, and Cloud Retainer. It is time they too made their decisions.
Maybe all of you could make an Adepti iPhone? Maybe that would solve all the issues?
Adepti do not turn on their responsibilities.
Yet struggle
I
to
have my
communicate.
reasons to not want to be tainted by the mortal realm, but responsibilities are responsibilities.
Because to taint, verb, means to contaminate or pollute something. Sao doesn't want to be... He doesn't want to infect the mortal realm, and he doesn't want the mortal realm to infect him. You'll learn more about him because he has to disappear many times to survive.
Our god is the god of contracts, after all.
Wait, Paimon still has one last question. That Dusky Ming, she's...
When conquering demons, on occasion, you can come across spirits who have never hurt anyone, yet are also not yet able to be moved on.
He's referring to the little girl.
So I asked the innkeeper and the boss if they could keep her here for a time.
So really, Wang Shuin was looking after her. Really keeping a wide range of business going, huh?
And yep, we're finished with the inn. There's a few last steps over here. These are the rewards that you should get and receive. Yep, and because I took a little break from there and from here, here's where we are. We're gonna go right over here and finish up there. And pretty much we're just going back to Child Tartaglia. You know where to see him.
You finally returned. How was your journey to Jueyun Karst?
Do you really want to know Child Tartaglia? Oh my god.
I see.
I had to climb.
Mooncarver, Mountain Shaper, Cloud Retainer, Conqueror of Demons. Some of these names have never come up in the intel the Fatui gets hold of. As a returning gift, I too have information for you. Regarding the Archon's passing, the Liyue Qixing's response really has given me food for thought.
Oh, I love this idiom. So, food for thought, meaning after so much information got dumped on you, you yourself are thinking about that information over a long period of time. So, you're really thinking it through. It helps you act on something afterwards. Said and used in a variety of situations, like you and your friend are looking at flights to London for options. You would want maybe the first class seats, but there's more flights available for cheap, but you have to do the middle seats and they might have layovers. So you discuss with your friend as a conclusion, you know, it's food for thought. Which one do we want more? There doesn't have to be a specific situation per se or scenario. This phrase is just to be used for like, we need to analyze this before taking action.
They've announced that, as the true killer has not yet been found, they are not allowing anyone to pay their respects to the Exuvia. They've even gone so far as to try and cut off information. But with the right of dissension and all, even the Qixing isn't able to keep a lid on things.
Keep a lid on it, idiom, basically just means we need to keep the situation from going out of control, and or we have to keep a secret. Kind of like if you pour the beans out of a can, it goes out of control, or sauce. So to control that sauce, you need to put a lid on it and keep it upright. Examples when it is said. One example is to maintain confidentiality, such as this sentence, we need to keep a lid on the merger details for a few more days. And then we have the second usage in Tartaglia's sentence, which is to control things. And if we want to look a little deeper, Tartaglia is saying they're not even able to control everything.
Exuvia?
It's common knowledge in Liyue that Rex Lapis is also an Adeptus. The Geo-Archon is also the god of contracts, and is also known as the Exuvia, prime of the Adepti. The mighty and illuminated Adepti of today all signed contracts to protect Liyue way back then.
Guess that explains why they're all so focused on Liyue's well-being.
Naturally, they both have the responsibility and the aptitude for the job.
Aptitude, noun, the natural ability to do something, or if something is suitable. Let me paraphrase. Naturally, they both have the responsibility and the talent or ability for the job. Mostly an academic word. Could it be said during interviews, especially if you're trying to get a job in the United States? What makes you think you have the aptitude for this job?
If the ruling Qixing became unable to perform their duty properly, the Adepti have the right to take corrective action. The Geo-Archon spirit has risen, so why would the Qixing hide his vessel? Truly suspicious.
Yeah, I'm only going to go through tense only once or only a few times to jog your memory. Has risen is the present perfect tense of rise. Simply in this sentence, he could just say, the Geo-Archon spirit rose. So why would blah blah blah? Like a lot of Western languages, there are a lot of tenses that just aren't conversational, like in French and English and even Spanish. The past perfect tense of has risen would be had rose, meaning something's finished and it won't rise again. That's the one tricky tense that's actually said more often than the other tense alternatives. Because in Western languages and cultures, we have the tendency to know if things are finished or not, and over-communicate. Yes, sir, I had finished the project. Oui, monsieur, j'avais terminé le projet.
Oh, right! He's the whole reason we came here! If the Liyue Qixing has locked up Exuvia and won't let anyone near, then our quest to find the Seven is already over.
Oh? You're trying to find the Seven? And just why might that be, pray tell?
Pray tell is very old English. It just means, please tell me more. I beg you. Yeah, like in this scenario, as an example, Child Tartaglia said that in the usage of, oh, I just learned something. So, what's that information? Tell me more. What that might be, pray tell. It's none of your business, Mr. Worldwide.
Nice answer. A knight that gets duped by the Fatui would really be no knight at all now, would they?
A knight who gets easily fooled by the Fatui would be no knight at all.
But I can help you with that too, you know.
Really?
Give me some time. Time to find someone. Someone who can help you break through this stalemate.
Stalemate, noun, like in chess, a situation in which no further actions or progress by opposing or competing parties could even advance. Mostly, you would say this in business or negotiations and or politically, such as if someone says, we've been discussing the contract terms for 3 hours or so long, but we reached a stalemate over the price. We cannot agree. Yes, and then in other times, you might see this phrase in newspapers. Congress is at a stalemate over blah blah blah, putting the government in a risk of a shutdown. How ironic and present.
Truly fascinating. The harder they try to silence the situation, the greater the chaos that erupts. If you want to be around to see it all come crashing down, best you stay alive until we next meet, yes?
Yeah, until we meet again. That's our English lesson for today, and I'll see you on the next one, and thanks for watching. We finished Act 1, we'll continue to Liyue, Act 2, Part 1, English Lesson 37. Bye. Au revoir. 再见.
Yawning without covering your mouth. Uncouth.